Okay, good day. In this video, I'm going to show you how to calculate or compute the maturity value or future value of money compounding m times a year. Okay, and the formula that we're going to use to determine the future value of money is F equals P quantity 1 plus I divided by M, closed quantity raised to the product of M and T. Ano-ano ito yung mga variables na to? We have F, the future value of money, P, the principal or the present value of money. We have the nominal rate of interest, also called the annual interest rate. Again, as I've said from the previous video, yung M natin is just a notation that the annual rate of interest consists of the M frequency of conversion. Okay? Like for example, kapag quarterly, compounded quarterly, yung rate of interest, the symbol that we're going to use for M, or M will be equal to 4. So the symbol will be I raised to quantity 4. Okay? Again, yung M natin, yung frequency of conversion. And lastly, we have T, term, or time in years. Okay? Now, if we're going to analyze the formula, it's almost the same pa rin, pero malayo yung isang factor of our formula from the previous formula that we've been using in solving for the maturity value ng ating pong compound interest. Okay? Ito yung formula natin before. F equals P, quantity 1 plus R raised to T. Where P is the principal, F the future value of money, R is the rate of interest, annual rate of interest, and T is the time T. But we're going to adopt this formula yung ginamit natin before in finding the future value of money compounding M times a year using this formula. Na palitan lang yung R by J at yung T by N. Kasi J will be computed by dividing the annual rate of interest by M, based from the previous video. At yung N natin is the product of MT. Ito, yung MT na to, yan yung N natin. At yung J natin, ito yung quotient na sinasabi ko kanina. Okay? You will learn how to use this formula from my next videos. That is, I'm going to give you 3 examples on how to determine the maturity value compounding M times a year. Thank you. Okay, so this will be my first example on the topic about finding the maturity value compounding M times a year. So we have our example number 1. It says, find the maturity value and compound interest if 10,000 pesos is deposited in a bank at 2% compounded quarterly for 5 years. So to solve this kind of problem, the first thing that we're going to do is to write down the given. Okay? So write down the given. Ano ba yung given natin? We have nag-deposit siya ng 10,000 pesos. So ito yung initial money niya. So that will be the present value of money. So ito yung present value niya. So that is P equal to 10,000 pesos. What else? We have the annual rate of interest, 2%. So we have quarterly, M muna, M5, 4, sorry. 4. And yung T natin, 5 years. And we have the nominal rate, 2%. Okay? Or that, ang symbol niyan, I raised to quantity 4 to denote that yung ating pong 2% na annual interest rate has a frequency of conversion of 4 times a year. Okay, so we have 2% or that is equal to 0.02 in decimal. So required as a problem is to determine the maturity value and compound interest. So dalawang hinahanap. So we have find F, the maturity value, F. Ito, letter A natin to. And letter B, yung ating compound interest, I sub C. Okay. Now, to solve for the future value of money or the maturity value, we may use the formula. So here is our solution. We may use the formula F equals P quantity 1 plus I raised to M over M raised to MT. Okay? Or we may apply the formula F equals P1 plus J raised to N, where J is the interest rate per conversion period. At saka yung N natin, total number of conversion periods na na-discuss ko sa aking previous videos. So, ito muna ang gamitin natin saka na ito. Okay? Para magamit to, kunin natin yung J. Sino si J? Yun yung interest rate in a conversion period. Ito yung interest rate in a conversion period. Muna isolve natin. So, J equal to, actually, dito yun eh. The annual interest rate divided by the frequency of conversion. Okay. So, I, which is 2%, so that will be 0.02 divided by, we have 4 frequency of conversions. So, if we're going to divide that, we have 0.02 divided by 4, and that is equal to 0.005 or 0.005. Okay. Next is we solve for N. Okay. Sino yung N na yun? So, yung total number of conversion periods. Of conversion periods. So, N can be computed by multiplying M through the term or number of years. We have frequency of conversion is 4 and the term is 5 years. So, therefore, that is just simply 4 times 5 or 20 conversion periods. Now, we are now ready in solving letter A, which is the maturity value. So, lagyan natin dito. So, to solve for the maturity value, we're going to apply the formula F equals P quantity 1 plus J raised to N. So, we have already solved J, which is the interest rate in a conversion period, and we have already solved N, the total number of conversion periods. We're just going to plug in all of these values to this formula to solve for the maturity value. Ang F natin from the problem is 10,000 pesos. Yung kanyang present value, 1 plus J. J is 0.005 or 0.005 and is 20. Therefore, the future value of money is, press 10,000 times quantity, 1 plus 0.005, close parenthesis, raised to 20, and then press equal sign. We have 11,048 pesos, 0.96. So, ibig sabihin nito, after 5 years, yung 10,000 pesos mo ay magiginang 11,048 pesos kapag dineposito mo siya sa bangko na nagbibigay ng 2% annual rate of interest compounded quarterly. Okay? After 5 years, your 10,000 will become 11,048.96 pesos. And one more thing, pinapasolve din sa atin yung interest Itong ginamit nating symbol, yan yung compound interest. Okay? Ano yung compound interest? So, that is just simply the difference of the future value and the present value of money. So, that is 11,048.96 minus 10,000 pesos. So, the interest na nakuha ng taong ito na nag-deposit ng 10,000 sa bangko is 1,048.96 pesos. Okay? So, ito ang kanyang nakuhang interest. So, that is how to determine the maturity value compounding M times a year and also the interest earned by the money using this formula F equals P quantity 1 plus J raised to N. So this is my first example about this topic.